What's going on, people? It's your man, the White B. Once again, big shout out to my doggy Barry Ballings for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, another half bake bites the dust, folks. Unfortunately, man, half breeze can't catch a break right now. Here we go. Delicious Ori. I honestly thought I didn't think that was his name. I thought that was like his fighting name. Delicious. That's his actual name. You know The Rock here. The Rock's real name is Dwayne Johnston, right? The Rock's real name is Dwayne Johnston. Yeah. This cat's name, his name isn't Delicious, and then his real name Demarcus. What was his name? Demarcus Ori. Yeah. Demarcus Delicious Ori. That's not his name. His actual name is Delicious. Fair play to his parents, man. Fair play to his parents. You know what his daddy was doing? Putting them snow bunnies, man. He loved the snow. Come on now. You know his dad loved them snow bunnies. That's what this shows. That's what the phenotype shows, folks. This cat, Delicious Ori daddy, he loved the snow bunnies. No doubt about it. Anyway, listen. Delicious Ori, yeah. I think he was in the amateur. He went to Team GB Paris Olympics 2024. I think he went out at the first stage, but apparently it was controversial. He should have gone on. They say he probably could have medalled, kind of thing. One of them. Anyway, you don't really need to medal these days. I don't think Josh Kelly medalled, and he was given an A-side type start. He fell off, but you get the point. There's a route here for Delicious Ori. He goes to the Olympics. Frank Warren signed him, the best stable in boxing by miles right now. He has his first fight, which was a stinker, to be fair. He went life and death in there. He went in there with a dude who... I've got the record here somewhere. Delicious went in there with some cat called Milos Veletnik, who was 3-7, and who'd been stopped twice, for example. Matty Harris sparkled him in one round. Another dude... Alin Kidin sparkled him in 4 rounds. Delicious gets in there and he went life and death. He went 50-50 life and death, and he was getting popped in there as well. I've got a clip here, a leak for you, man. Here's an exchange. I know people will say, well, it's boxing, you're going to get wet, and you will get wet, but this guy's a pudding. He's in there with a pudding, and he jumps in and gets boshed. Hit spark there from pudding. So if you're getting hit spark by a pudding, it probably weren't going to end well for him. Anyway, the point is, he gets in there with his pudding, his pro debut after being at Team GB, Paris Olympian athlete. He gets in there, he goes to points, stinks the place out. It was a stinker as well. Headhunting. It makes me want, again, I've been saying this for years now, but I'm not convinced on the amateur game. Sorry. How long do you need to be boxing for to know to work up and down? If a man's standing there like this, yeah, with his elbows wide but his hands on his head and his bulbous, you got to touch the body. Ori was just headhunting, no level changes, no speed changes. It was a stinker, no stoppage, no knockdown. And shortly after that, it's probably been a few months now, initially he comes out after that fight and says, yeah, bosh, I'm straight back in the gym, we're locking in 2-2s. Yesterday, he posted this thing here. Here we go. Essentially announcing his retirement. After much reflection, I have decided to hang my gloves up and retire from boxing to follow up on my degree and enter the corporate world. Enter the corporate world. Enter indentured servitude. That's what he's really saying. That's what corporate world stands for these days. You ain't making no money in the corporate world, man. You're not making no money, man. You entering indentured servitude is what you're doing in the corporate world. Yeah, that's what you're doing. This guy, you messing in this current kind of UK boxing market. There's money to be made. Who's to say in another few fights you can fight Johnny Bosch and there's 300 bags? Yeah. Johnny Bosch, you could have even called Johnny Bosch out right now, bearing in mind how stinky you looked. Yeah? That's one example. I don't know what this light skin doing, man. He messing the shmoney up. Your degree ain't going nowhere. In fact, I started looking into his degree. I don't know, did he go to Cambridge? Did he go to Oxford, where your degree will carry some weight and maybe it might make sense to sack off the boxing? It turns out he went to a plumber university. And really, most universities are a waste of time, man, if I'm honest. A waste of time. Unless you're going to be the second coming of Muhammad, Ahmad, Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street, Ali. Yeah, there's no point, man. Especially if you've got a trade. Yeah? If you've got a trade like this, boxing, at least, how old is this cat here? Let's see how old he is. Delicious Ori, age. This light skin here is 27, man. At least give it 5 years. Get some bread in. Get your mortgage or get your house paid off. And bosh. Yeah, that moody degree from Aston University. Come on, that's not even top 20. Not that it would. Even if it was top 10, it don't really matter these times. Everyone's got a fucking degree, man. No one's interested in hearing that, man. What are you going to... Listen, he'll probably be able to leverage his Team GB-ness, to be fair. That might help. That might hold him in good stead. But come on, bro. You could have done that after you dug some pockets. At the same time, we have to be careful not to be hypocritical, because we always say, if you ain't got it in you, don't dig the masses' pockets. So, you see what I mean? I'm being not true to my core values. He's actually probably done the right thing. If you don't really want to fight, which you must not want to fight, if you're retiring after a pro debut, the fire must not be burning, and hence we have to respect it. I'd just be, if I was him though, man, I'm getting that money, man. I'm getting that I'm sorry, man, I'm a sinner. The Lord knows I'm a sinner, man. I'm getting that money. That's what I'm digging pocket, man. I'm not doing no 7 to 7 wage slaving. Yeah? That's what I'm not doing. I'll go to the gym, get my workout in, go home, watch Netflix, get up the next day, fight once every 6-7 months. Yeah? Delicious Ori's probably on 20-30 grand now for pure Bummingtons, right? So you can make 60 bags a year, plus get some moody accountant somewhere, so you ain't paying no taxes, or you know what I mean, one of them ones. Delicious Ori's on 60 bags a year, fighting twice, and I think that's pretty conservative. Plus he's got the kind of, he'll have some, or he certainly could get some sponsorship. So he's looking at 60-70 grand a year, fighting twice a year. Yeah? I'll be very shocked if he walks into a job in the corporate world with a degree from Aston in economics on 70 bags a year. Yeah? I'll be very shocked. All you gotta do, bro, and the level you'll be fighting for the first few years will be so low, not that I'd advise it, but still, you could turn up 8 weeks before, man, literally. Watch Netflix for 4 months, and then turn up 8 weeks before and fight a plumber. You get 10 plumber fights. You might as well have soaked that up, enjoyed the next 5 years of your life, and then gone to wage slaving and indentured servitude. Why would you jump into it now? That's crazy, man. I told you these half-bakes, they ain't thinking straight. They're just not. I'm sorry, this is more evidence to it for me. They ain't really working things out, man. The mutant genetics, man. Too much inbreeding and crossbreeding and shit. They're, woo! Oh, I'm going to go and wage slave now for the next 45 years of my life. And who knows? Maybe he improved in boxing and maybe he gets a lucky break. I don't know. You know, look at Billy Joe Saunders. Okay, he had some skill, they say. But you only got to get in the right place at the right time and bosh, you might be fighting Moses Atalma as a filler fight. Let's assume Atalma becomes like a top level champion making 10 million. You might end up somehow in the right place like Andy Ruiz or whatever and bosh, your life's made 4 or 5 mil. Yeah? I'll tell you what you're never going to get in the corporate world. You're never going to get no bosh 4 or 5 mil for half an hour's work. Unless, come on, what are the chances of that? Unless your name's Mohammed Aymar, Jeff Bezos, Moskowitz. Yeah? You ain't getting no plays like that. This cat's played himself. He's played himself. And the thing with sport is you can't really go back. Like, corporate cuckery ain't going nowhere, man. You can be a corporate cuck at 60. Yeah? That's what you can be. Yeah? You can be a corporate cuck at 60. Ain't going nowhere, man. You're 27 now. My advice would have been give it 10 years. You might get smoked and then need to retire. That's when you go to the corporate cuckery side. But at this point, man, your first fight was a stinker. Yeah, no one's really calling for you to fight again like that, to be honest, man. No one would miss you. No one's going to miss you, to be fair, after that first fight. But everyone's allowed a stinker. Especially when he was excited and he was overhyping it and whatnot. Now, some people have speculated, well, maybe there was another cat like this. He got a bit further on. His name was Anthony Ogogo. Another light skin, as it happens, with soft bones, soft neurological systems. His head went or so. Listen, he had some sort of brain injury. I'm not laughing at it, but there is a trend here, man. The light skin, they either ain't thinking straight, or they're afraid of soft, but getting hit here. The bones are soft. They ain't thinking straight. Anthony Yard blaming Buatsi for his career going wrong. Anthony Yard, I'm 45 now and I'm still learning. You see that one there? Yeah? Ben Whittaker, woo! Jumping out the corn, bro. There's too much now. Tank Davis, yeah. It's the did it grease, yeah. Don't play with me. Nothing to do with me, man. David Hay, my toe's hurting, bro. Come on, man. His toe was hurting. His little toe was hurting. That's what Big Toe Hay told your ass. Okay? So, you can't talk to me about the half-bakes no more. It's over for the half-bakes. They're finished. End of the day. Anyway, let's read the rest of this out here. This sport has given me so much, incredible memories, unforgettable experiences, travelling the world, and many opportunities to represent my country at the biggest stages in the world. Forever grateful for the journey. Over time, I've come to recognise that the same fire and love I once had for boxing has gradually faded. Bro, you wait till you're sitting there. Yeah? You wait till you're sitting in some stanky office with Sheila, who's 30 stone. There ain't no broads in the office you're going to. This is the truth. In boxing, you're going to be around broads. That's what you're going to have access to. Yeah? Broads and brass. Them ring girls. The party girls. At least you're in the mix there. You're gonna be sitting in some dusty office in Wolverhampton. There ain't no business in Wolverhampton, man. There's no business in Wolverhampton. You're gonna be sitting in some dusty. What was I saying? You're gonna be sitting in some dusty establishment, some dusty corporate office with Sheila, yeah, and her cheesy feet in summer. Sheila's feet are gonna be stinking in summer, yeah. She's gonna have her flip flops on. The feet are gonna be cheesing. And you're going to be sitting there when you're 40 thinking, man, I should have been listening to the YB. Yeah? I should have been in the mix. That's what you should have done. For sure. You're playing yourself right now. Big playing yourself. About, these light skins, yeah, they're almost, what was the word? Is it fantasists? I don't really like it. It's not really about what you like, bro, is the truth. I've gradually worked out that, life's about... This guy's going to be... He wants to do art. That's how it sounded to me. I've worked out art. The life's actually about... I want to draw pictures and I need to enjoy the... Bro, get in there and work, bro. What planet you on? It's time to work. Yeah? That's what it's time to do. It took me time to realise... This cat here, this light skin here, yeah, is having revelations that most men don't have till they're 70. And they look back on their life. This guy's looking back on it. You've had one fight, man. You're thinking too much. Yeah? The mutant genetics are like, woo! You're doing way too much thinking, man. Get your ass back in the gym. Yeah? And hone your craft. What could you have possibly recognised at 27 about having the same fight? And again, I respect him to some extent. I haven't got it no more. But it's almost like there was quite a lot of hype behind him. In the amateurs, it's less critical in the amateurs. You're representing your country and it's more familial. Familial? It's more family-like. Everyone's a kind of team. In the program is fickle. If you stink the place out, everyone's hating on you. And I think that's what's happened here. Yeah? He stunk the place out and he's realised the backlash and he's thinking, this isn't what I thought it would be. But it's your first fight, man. Yeah? You don't even know after one fight whether what's gradually faded or not. I bet look at it this way. If Delicious had sparkle, dude, the question is, would he be sitting here saying, the love I once had in the fires is gradually faded? I don't think so. I'll be very shocked. If he did knock that guy out in one round here, I don't think he'd be sitting here today saying this, that he's lost love for the sport. He's lost love for the sport because he probably thought he was going to be a blast onto the scene, but for me it's a bit premature unless it turns out like Anthony Ogogo, he's got some sort of damage which has been implied by some people, but why not say that? But it could be that you don't want to admit, kind of thing. Anyway, he goes on, as I've grown, I've come to value and I've come to value clarity and honesty with myself above all. Come on, man. These new age men, they're doing way too much. Yeah, what clarity have you got at 27? Let's be honest here. Yeah? Clarity? You should be in the gym. I'll give you clarity in a minute. That's what I'll be doing if I was his daddy. I'll give you some clarity real quick. You best believe. Yeah, you could get to that gym, man, talking about clarity. You ain't got no clarity, man. You got work to do, is what you've got. That's all I want to hear from this cat here. This is my son here. I say, listen, man, I don't want to hear about no clarity you got. I want to hear what work you're doing. Yeah? For sure. Too much hippie. I've got the clarity now, and I've just worked out. He's probably had an LSD as well. It sounded a bit LSD-ish to me. He's popped some acid. He's like, whoa, life's more than punching people in the head. You wait till you get to the office, man. You wait till this cat gets to the office. I don't know what planet he's on. That's crazy. I hope that turning professional would reignite the passion. But the truth has become clear it hasn't. Every fighter knows you need a deep love for the craft to reach the top. And without it, there's no path forward. No, maybe I'm being unfair. Maybe even if he did knock the guy out, he still wouldn't have had it. Is it a shame? Again, I'm not going to miss him, but when you've been given an opportunity, man, yeah, whether you've earned it or not, to be on Frank Warren's stable, to be seen as a Team GBA side, you're better off getting knocked out and then retiring. That's just free money. I don't believe he's going to walk into a job on 100 grand a year. I just don't see how he's going to do that. Sorry. And even then, you could fight Delicious Ori on 20, 30 grand a pop. He could have 3-4 fights a year and be on the same money, taking very little risk against bums. So if I was him, I'd at least be soaking that money up for the next 2-3 years and just walking through life, travelling and experiencing things. I won't be going to university. I want to make my university. Fucking hell, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. The cabal cooked this Nick's head for sure. That's what they did. Yeah? Wage slave looking ass. Imagine opting to wage slave. That's crazy. The cabal did this guy wrong, man. This guy's been done wrong. Netflix did this guy wrong, man. Yeah, that's crazy. They got this dude leaving. Who don't want to be a sports guy? I'm not saying he's going to be the next Muhammad, Ahmad, Usyk, Golovkin, Canelo, but why not try? You can't even say you've give it a go. Look at Dave Allen, for example. He's made a half-decent living. Right? By hanging around. You've got to hang around longer. Even if you're lazy in training like Dave Allen has been. And or... I'm not sure how good Ori is, but you get the point. Just hang around enough and something will pop up. Someone will think there'll be another Johnny Fisher in 10 years or 5 years who thinks, okay, Ori will be a good name to get. And you're in there, 300 grand. You've got to be in the game, man. I'm just surprised. Anyway. Now, again, I respect this next bar he puts out. He says, out of respect for the sport and for myself, it's time to step away with honesty. So ultimately, we can't really argue with that. Because I'd have been the first one on here. Blasting his ass. Oh, he just turned it up for the money. So, it probably is best. I just think, I just don't know if he can make this level of decision one fight in. Yeah? You need to at least get a taste for a KO, for example. KO some bum somewhere. And, that'll get your confidence up and get your buzz up. Having one professional fight, I just don't know if you've seen enough yet to know that it's completely finished. Is it a case of, well, he can't be asked to go to the gym anymore? And I guess that probably is what he's saying. He hasn't got it in him. He's not loving his work, which it would become hard. But again, I don't know. What are you gonna love? Sitting in an office for 8 hours a day for peanuts, basically, with no upside. You can sit in an office. If you're in a Joe Blow office, your upside is like 20 years out, 10 years out at best. Yeah, at best. In this game, a bit of luck and a bit of working hard, and you never know where you're going to end up. There's upside there. There's no upside in the office, man. What planet are you on? I'm not really sure. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway. So, yeah. Now, there has also been... This came out a few months ago. And this, to me, would make more sense. He says he wants to go and work in an office somewhere. But before he turned professional officially, after the Olympics, this news article leaked. It says, Delicious Ori gets surprise offer from the WWE. Next decision will impact my whole life and career and the trajectory of my whole life. So he was offered immediately after the... Okay. So talking about the WWE offer, he says this. I actually got a message on Instagram during the Olympics. Initially, I just thought it was one of those messages. I thought it was just a scam. Why would the real thing message you? But it was for real, and Ori was flown out to Florida for a week-long tryout at the WWE Performance Center. He was taught the basics, blah blah blah, and Ori quoted on this saying, I do have a finishing move. Ori said with a smile, it's called the Delicious Haymaker. I've also got to implement boxing in my wrestling moves. We also did promo work, which I found amazing, completely different to what I'm used to. What I've experienced was huge, that I can take away and let boxers know it's really important to be able to show yourself on the camera. So it sounded to me like, oh, I loved it. So I think, and this wasn't my bar, someone else mentioned it, which makes sense. They said, he's come out LARPing. Oh, I'm going back to corporate. In reality, he didn't want to say, oh, I'm leaving boxing and going to roll on the floor in some fake and gay shit. Yeah. So what he's going to do, and that makes it, there's no way he's going to wage slave. No one's that stupid. So what will happen is, he didn't want to kind of piss the boxing fans off, telling them, yeah, your sport's dead. I want to do some fake and gay shit instead and roll around the floor on a staged, what do you call it, canvas. So what he'll do, he'll say, yeah, I'm leaving boxing, it's been really great, and then probably a month or two, when he's kind of removed from the boxing world, bosh, WWE, and that is smart. If you're not really feeling boxing, that's a play, because WWE is just literally, there's risk to boxing. There's a few men have actually died, a few men have expired in WWE, but it's more regulated now, /safety BS, OSHA, what? But nah. So not hopefully, but I think the WWE does make sense. If you don't really fancy boxing, and he can't punch anyway, to be fair, even if he did like it, that's the truth. Look here, look. Out of 30 fights, he's got a 6% KO ratio. That's including amateur fights. But that shows you can't punch for toffee. 6%. He can't punch for toffee, man. He can't punch for toffee. There's no punch on him. So he can't punch. He's probably thought after the first fight, I can't punch. And I've got this WWE thing. And I'm pretty sure them WWE starting salaries, you're probably going in at what? 100, 200 bags? Because the WWE's worth like 4 billion. So 200 bags to them is for a new Olympic star. That someone who can wear the rings and whatnot. That's what they get Olympians for. Do you know what I mean? That type of dude. 200 bags for doing some fake shit. Yeah? I'd probably say that, to be honest. That'd be my advice. I don't know why he bothered coming into boxing. But again, I think he bothered coming in thinking he's the second coming of Muhammad, Ahmad, Mike Tyson, George Foreman. That's what he probably thought. He thought, I'll go in there, just ice dudes, and then I'm going to be the next massive thing and make hundreds of millions. Yeah? So yeah, I hope, listen, all I'll say, all the rest I'll say is, I hope he don't go to the office, man. That's what I hope he don't do. I hope he's been belling up them WWE man and saying, hey bro, what's this job saying? I really do hope he's done that, because this could be a big L for him. Not that it matters, he'll be a wage slave like the rest of us, but when you've been, opportunities are there, bro. Even if it's 100 bags a year to roll around on the floor. I don't believe it's even that low. And you can, and again, there's upside in WWE. If you do some, you know what I mean? If you make a scene or whatever, millions for nothing. Really? It's choreographed.